Welcome to Season 3 of Superior Angling TV, brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics.
Good morning from Chippewa County. We are here with good buddy Blake Tollefson, and we are chasing crappies today, huh?
Yeah, well, we're gonna hit this small, it's about a 200-acre lake here in Chippewa County. Likely we're gonna target them in the basin to start, maybe transition into some wood structure and cribs later in the day. Good. See how things go.
Yeah.
Be running and gunning all day, trying to stay on top of them.
Yeah.
Mostly be fishing plastics, I'm thinking.
Good. Yeah, I like plastics. Yeah, looking forward to it. And as you guys have known, so far in early December, we've had very, very warm weather. So we're kind of constrained to some smaller lakes. The bigger lakes are still kind of, you know, it's kind of sketchy. How much ice do we have out here?
We're looking at about 6 to 7 across the board.
Okay, that's good. So plenty safe for a snowmobile, which is nice. There's actually more snow down here in Chippewa County than there is a couple hours up into Canada, which is bizarre. But it's kind of nice. We can use a snowmobile down here and help us bounce around. So yeah, we're hoping for a nice, pretty sunrise, but it's like 30 degrees and fog, so it's kind of as ugly as can be. There's not much to see. This is a pretty area though, but we're kind of underneath the fog blanket this morning, so hopefully that'll help the bite last longer all day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping.
Yeah, good deal. All right, we should be in for a good one. We'll see you soon.
Winter is here, and so are the savings on Lund and Crestliner boats at RJ Sport and Cycle, located in Duluth. We are your fishing boat headquarters for sales, service, rigging, and much more. Shop our great selection of boats for a variety of fishing styles, including Lake Superior trolling, inland lake walleye, panfish, and much more. From tillers to side consoles and full windshield models, we sell them all. Stop in and see us today at RJ Sport and Cycle, located off Miller Trunk Highway in Hermantown.
Your way of life means everything to you. That's why we put our everything into fueling. We're here for you every moment, every day, every season, with a dependable propane supply and competitive pricing plans that fit your budget. Superior Fuel. Switch and save up to $500 annually on your propane. Visit savewithsuperior.com.
Protect your investments this winter with an enclosed trailer from Wittes Trailer Sales, located in Esco. We also sell cargo trailers, utility trailers, snowmobile trailers, and much more. Did you know we stock a full line of Heinecker snowplows? While you're here, shop the largest selection of Mahindra tractors in the area. Don't forget about our service center, ready to tackle jobs of any size. Wittes Trailer Sales in Esco, where customers become friends.
Hey everybody, it's time to go ice fishing, and no place better to shop than Marine General. Ice tents, augers, fish finders and underwater cameras, rods and combos, boots, gloves, jackets and bibs. And the best prices anywhere. Marine General, London Road in Duluth.
Come on into Marine General and get outdoors with us.
So we're here in the deepest part of the lake. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill a grid pattern across this basin. Just keep moving until we find fish. We're gonna drill from the deepest, then we're gonna work our way to a shallow edge of the basin and just keep moving.
All right, we got our holes drilled. Grab our rods here. We got our tungsten tamer rods. What do you normally do out here? I'm a huge like jig and plastic fan, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you use out here?
Yep,
too?
typically, yep. Always running tungsten jigs, anything from 3mm to 5mm. Typically I'll start on the heavy side and then work my way lighter.
And I know you represent numerous, companies in the fishing industry, but Euro Tackle is one of them, and they specialize in like crappie plastics.
Yes, they do.
And hard baits as well.
Yep. Today in particular, we're going to be using the original bloodworm quite a bit, as well as the brand new Y-Fry. That just came out this fall, and it's been pretty phenomenal bait so far.
Good, yeah. It's so nice fishing plastics. We do it more and more for trout and eat walleyes and even panfish through the ice.
Yeah, you just don't have to worry about rebaiting all the time.
I agree, and it's nice to keep your hands out of a minnow bucket, keeps them warm.
Absolutely.
It's less messing around at the beginning of a day. You don't have to go find a bait shop. You just order.
Not worried about keeping them alive either.
Right?
So,
I mean, it's perfect. It doesn't get any easier than using plastics like that. So yeah, good deal. Yeah, let's get after it. And for these crappies, it's imperative to have a very, very sensitive rod. So something like the St. Croix CCI tungsten tamer or any spring bobber rod. Just ensure you have a very, very sensitive tip. And there's a lot of manufacturers out there that make different crappie rods, obviously. So we prefer St. Croix, but any brand's going to work for you. But just make sure you have that sensitive tip, and you want to use really light line. 2-pound test is what I prefer. I know some guys use 1, but a lot of times I don't have the patience to tie a knot with 1-pound test. I saw that one.
Yeah. You got more down there too. Ooh, this feels like a pretty good fish. It's a typical basin crappie. There's more down there.
Oh yeah, it's a strong mark at like 21 feet.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. Good.
Yeah, key out here is just keep moving, staying on them.
Yep.
They're roaming pretty hard today, especially.
So yeah, I drilled a line of holes. You probably drilled 30 holes, just kind of in like a big rectangle almost, and we're just kind of hole hopping around. And
Yep.
essentially you just drop your transducer down, and if you don't see fish, just go to the next hole.
That's exactly it.
Again, these fish are, they're almost 14 feet off bottom.
Yep, pretty high up.
So they're not relating to any structure besides the basin, so they're just out here in the kind of the abyss, and you just gotta drill a bunch of holes and try to find them. They're here for 1 second and then they're gone. There's one, just got a flicker of one. It's like they're in here for a couple minutes and they're gone.
Yep, that's exactly right.
This is a lot smaller lake than we're used to fishing up north. How consistent is the bite? I mean, do you see fish, certain years being better than others, or?
Well, I've fished the lake for the last 3 years, and it's kind of gotten progressively better as the years have gone on. Seems like that consistent year class has gone from, 8 to 9 inches to more 10, 11 inches, and now we're starting to get a lot more 12, 13-inch fish out here, which
those are
previously
beautiful.
didn't happen.
Yeah, 12, 13-inch crappie, those are nice.
Yeah, especially for this part of the state, that's a quality fish. They're not an everyday thing.
No, heck yeah, especially, I mean, what is this, like 200 acres?
Yeah, maybe 200 acres.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's super. That's pretty cool. It's fun, it's different, I'm not used to it, and there's a lot of good water down in this part of Wisconsin that I haven't capitalized on in recent years, but we're gonna have to focus on down here more because this is a pretty cool bite.
Yeah, within about an hour of Eau Claire, you can get to 100 different lakes. So,
really?
Yeah, you fish a different lake every day and still have more to try.
And you have all that river fishing too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
What's the max depth on this lake?
This lake tops out at about 37, so
Okay.
we are just off the deepest part of the lake at this point.
And water clarity looks to be pretty decent.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of more in the middle, a
Yep.
little bit on the clear side. It's typically start with lighter colors, Don't want anything super bright right off the bat. Sometimes it works, other times I usually stick with natural out here though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think we both have white on right now and
Yep.
to put a couple of fish on the ice.
So the biggest thing with these basin crappies is you want to keep moving until you mark fish. If you're not marking fish, it doesn't really make sense to fish the hole. Dropping it in, swinging that deucer back and forth. Looks like I have a mark here off to the side, so I know my next hole should probably go this way. And look at that, we got fish right there. Feels like another decent fish. Got another good mark down there. Oh, stuck on the ice. Really digging that Y-fry. I don't know what it is about that fork tail, but they really seem to like that. So this is a brand new plastic we came out with this year. 1.2 inches in length, has that fork tail. It just really seems to drive those crappies nuts. Offered in 5 different colors this year. White's been hot for me this year, and gold as well.
There it is. Nice. Feels decent. And again, the only reason I'm fishing this hole is because I did that trick that Blake did that showed us a second ago, is just wave your transducer around in a hole, in whatever direction you see fish, go fish that hole. And you know, there weren't any fish over there, but there's big crappies over here. Look at that. He engulfed that bait too. Fun. That's a nice crappie. But again, that's a tactic that's, you know, it's not gonna work where there's a bunch of structure, but out in a basin like we're fishing right here, it's a very good trick to use, just to essentially cover a lot more ground just by, you know, waving your transducer in a circle down your hole. I got another strong mark down there too. Actually, there's 2 of them stacked on top of each other, so that's always a good sign. Gives them a little competition. Here you go. Why don't you eat? Up bite. I like when you have slack line because that means they hit it hard. This doesn't, that thing's tiny, but he just engulfed that. And there's like 10 more of them down there. It's fun just to change things up and come to small little inland lakes in Wisconsin. Chase these panfish. Can have a heck of a day putting a lot of fish on the ice, that's for sure. Here he comes. Crazy. We got a school of juveniles over here. They're all on the school bus. Ah, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. He's been caught before, I can tell. Fun, look at that. Get back down there. We still got them coming too. Go on. You're free. So right now we're out here in the basin targeting these crappies, but talking to Blake, it sounds like there's a crib bite as well, so we might move shallower in a little bit and try something a little bit different. But right now, these basin fish they're fired up. Let's go 3 for 3. Done. There's a lot of them down there. Oh, it's so fun to see them come up on your graph and just pound it. They don't hesitate at all. Another little guy. Go on. All right, we cleared them out of this hole. Well, how's it going over here?
Yeah, it seems like they're being pretty picky today.
Yeah, I just had 2 come look at me and they kind of turned away.
Yeah, same deal here.
So you're saying there's a basin bite, but there's also a shallower bite.
Yep, there's in Wisconsin, a lot of lake associations are allowed to stock cribs in the lakes.
Okay.
So it's a pretty common area that we're that we fish here, especially throughout the winter time.
Yep.
So I think that's where we head next. Let's go check that out.
As a pile of them just show up on your graph.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Maybe you'll get bit. If you don't get bit, it's confirmation that we should go in a little bit shallower and try some cribs. And again, we don't know if there's going to be, you know, active fish there or not, but it's worth trying. We're on a smaller lake. We have a snowmobile. We can get there in 2 minutes, punch a couple holes. We can be back here in a half hour if they're not going. So it's just good to stay mobile and try different things.
That's exactly right.
Look at those guys. They're just
I
sitting
know.
there.
Yeah, there's a nice school of them down there.
They're like, go shallow, leave us alone.
Yeah, all right, that's
God,
our cue.
we're outta here.
Yeah.
When we care about something, it shows. To help protect these things, call on the knowledge and experience of a local independent insurance agent that you know and trust. Some things we just can't afford to lose, and that is why we exist, because the worst brings out our best. Holden Insurance, Duluth and Superior.
From opening weekend to the end of the season, you want every outing to be a success. AMSOIL synthetic lubricants provide next-level engine protection, both on the lake and on your way to it. Keep your mind on what's important this weekend. Choose AMSOIL. Reliable as your favorite lure, and as dependable as your secret spot. Visit AMSOIL.com to find AMSOIL products near you.
Hey everybody, it's time to go ice fishing, and no place better to shop than Marine General. Ice tents, augers, fish finders and underwater cameras, rods and combos, boots, gloves, jackets and bibs. And the best prices anywhere. Marine General, London Road in Duluth.
Come on into Marine General and get outdoors with us.
All right, so cribs, where I'm from, we don't know about these. So what are we doing?
Basically, what a crib is it's just a piece of wood structure that they strap together.
Yeah.
Usually they'll bring them out before the end of the previous ice season, drop them. So the ice, when the ice melts, they just drop through, come back out here with,
gotcha.
you know,
Nice.
with side imaging. You can mark them, get right on
Yeah.
the spots, and then when you come back the next season, you know exactly where they're going to be.
Yep. So these crappies actually live down in them.
Absolutely, yep. Yes, most of these cribs are filled with bluegills, perch, crappies.
Okay.
Some of the biggest crappies I've caught out here have come off the cribs, so
Really?
hopefully that's consistent today.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we see something. So, I mean, I assume when you drill, you want to be like right on top of this thing, huh?
Yep, I'm going to try to drill out all the edges and then in the center of it as well.
Okay, okay. So we're in, how deep are we? Do you think total water depth?
About 20 feet here.
Okay, and these things will stick up 6, 7 feet?
About so, yeah,
Okay.
I would say about 7 feet.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're looking for, you know, if we drill a hole and it's 20, we drill another hole close to that and it's 14, we know that's the crib.
Exactly.
And we'll stick an underwater camera down there too just to verify where we are, but
Absolutely.
okay, good. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I will follow you with the graph, you drill.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Beautiful. Drilled on top of it, all right.
Yep. Does not appear to be holding any fish.
No, it doesn't. There's nothing, man.
Nope, on to the next one.
That's when a camera will make your life easy, because we just saved ourselves about 10 or 15 minutes of fishing just by throwing an underwater camera down there. And it's super, super overcast and foggy today, and there's snow on the ice. I didn't think we'd be able to see very good at all, but it's clear as day.
Absolutely.
You could see a fish 20 feet away. That's awesome. That looks so cool. Wow, yeah, but yeah, I mean, that just tells us there's nothing here. So do you want to check out another crib, or we go back to the basin?
Yeah, we should check out a few more cribs. There's quite a few in this lake.
Are there?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, so let's check out a few more, and again, if we see nothing, we're just gonna go back to the basin, but yeah, we might as well check out a few more because that would be fun to fish on this. Well, we verified that there were no fish on the cribs, so we're back here in the basin. Is that common? I mean, do you see that where they're just completely dry like that?
It does happen from time to time. Other times you show up, you know, one crib's got absolutely nothing, others are just chock full.
So are there stereotypical times of the year where there's more fish on them than others?
Well, I found, especially out here in the fall, fall is actually phenomenal. Those crappies are just stacked up on those cribs over there.
Okay.
I figured early ice, they would hang out for a little bit, but I think they transitioned a little earlier than I thought.
Yep. And it's nice because, I mean, it took us all of 10 minutes to go check those. Just throw the underwater camera down there. We don't see anything, we're out of there. And we checked 3 different cribs, saw maybe 1 fish, and that was it. So we didn't even want to fish it. We just came back here to the basin where these crappies are, and we're gonna stick it out here the rest of the day.
Welcome to Season 3 of Superior Angling TV. And now, it's time for this week's Markham Moment, brought to you by Markham Technologies.
Right now, ice fishing on Lake Superior outside of the Duluth area is a hot topic, so we're gonna give a 2-minute rundown on what it takes to get out here and catch a fish. As far as locations, right off the Lester River, Brighton Beach, 21st Avenue East, and even up to McQuaid boat landing are good areas to get out on the ice right now. It's good, it's solid ice, however it can change daily, so be sure to use caution when you venture out. If you're gonna get out there early, stay in shallower for salmon and whitefish, herring. You never know what you're gonna catch in shallow early morning hours when that sun's just rising. My favorite time for lake trout is 9 to 10 a.m. So once that sun gets a little bit higher, move out into the deeper waters. We're talking 70 to 120 feet for these lake trout. You're gonna want to jig off bottom, but also suspended as well. So vary your jigging techniques. Go down to bottom, pound the bottom for 5-10 minutes, then reel up halfway and jig, 50 feet down in 100 feet of water. These lake trout are gonna be suspended and you're gonna have fish on bottom as well. In terms of rods, you want a heavy rod. This is a 36-inch medium heavy Avid Ice from St. Croix. Great rod at a great price point. Reels, a size 1000 or 2500 Shimano or Daiwa. You're gonna want 14-pound test braided line down to a 10 or 12-pound test fluorocarbon leader. You wanna use fluorocarbon because the water out here is very, very clear. Lures, anything white is gonna be good. Tube jigs, hair jigs. You're gonna want something that's heavier though. 1 to 2 ounces is what I prefer to get down to where the lake trout live, especially when you're in deep water. It's gonna take a very, very long time for a 1/4 ounce jig to fall 120 feet, so you don't even wanna use anything that lightweight. So get out here, bring a buddy, be safe, use caution. There's a lot of good fishing to be had right here in Duluth right now. Be a better one.
Yeah, so far, everything I've seen, this is a pretty good one. That's kind of more what we're after there. You just chop that thing down.
Mark, here he's gonna eat. Holy cow, did he crank it, man. Feels like a better one.
You want me to pull a deucer there?
I think I'm all right. If you got fish below you, go ahead
Yeah,
and
I do.
catch one.
See if we can't get a double here.
This is a good one. And he just smoked it. Oh, is that fun? I love catching crappies like this. It's something we don't, that's a good one. It's something we don't get to do very often. Look at that one, bud.
Oh, wow, that is a good fish.
I saw he was a big red mark down there too. I knew he was a good one. That's fun. That's a good crappie.
That's a good one.
There he goes. That's a good fish. It's an up bite. I love that. You'll have 3 or 4 crappies sitting around that hesitate and one just comes out of nowhere and just crushes it. This is another good fish. Look at that. That's a nice crappie. That's a very nice crappie. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Man, what a fun day we've had on the ice today. I can't tell you how many of these things we've caught. It's beautiful weather conditions outside. You can't ask for much more. Central Wisconsin, there's a lot of lakes like this. Blake fishes them all the time. I mean, you just come out here and Find these deep basins, especially this time of year, and you can have a heyday with these crappies. Here we go, come on. These fish are just going nuts right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the big
they
ones
are.
and the small ones, they're just on fire right now. And this is kind of the moment we've waited for this all day. We had to work for him today. You know, we drilled a lot of holes, we moved around a lot.
I don't know, 120, 130
Oh yeah,
holes today.
for sure. Yep. That's what you got to do though. You got to stay mobile. You got to, you know, stay on your toes, keep moving, keep working for him. And we've had to work extra hard. We have to lug all this camera gear around. We're not just fishing. That's a good mark. Come on, holy cow, man. This could be a part bluefin tuna. I don't know. Boom.
Good one?
Yeah. I don't want to.
Hold that so we ain't losing this.
It feels good. It feels good.
That looks like a good one.
It's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a monster.
That's a good one. Dude,
Yes.
that's perfect, man.
That's awesome. Look at that crappie. Look at that crappie. Man, what a fun day we've had.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Look at that beast. What a fish. What a day we've had.
Good one?
Not that big, but it's good. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. This is a good fish. It's cool to see him come in with that clear water. Oh yeah. That's cool. Is that on the Z-Viber?
No.
You changed back?
I changed back. I couldn't get him to eat that thing. They were chasing it up and down, but it's just too big, I think, for this time of year.
Here's a good mark too. How's that one? That's a good fish.
Yeah, not bad.
I have a really big mark on me. There it is.
You got him?
We got him all right. Stay buttoned. I think it's good. Stay buttoned. I'm just gonna look at you. Oh yeah. That's a good crappie.
Man.
That's a good crappie. We're to the point in the night now where all the microscopic bugs have risen off the bottom. It's hard to see in the bottom, 6 feet of the water column. It's just so many lines down there, you can't even graph your lure. But it's getting dark, but I think we have definitely had an excellent day, and an even better evening. Like, we caught fish all throughout the day, but that last hour and a half was just magical. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. No, I can't thank you enough for having us down and
anytime
showing us some good crappie waters. That's a lot of fun. That's something we don't get to do up north very often.
Yeah, well, you're welcome back anytime.
I appreciate that.
We got plenty of fish down here.
Yes, it seems that way. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.